Hi everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Justin, and today we heard the unfortunate news that Leafs legend Borje Salming lost his battle with ALS and passed away at the age of 71. And man, this one hurts. Obviously it's unfortunate for anybody for this to happen, but with Borje in particular, I don't know why it's hitting me really hard. And I say I don't know why because I grew up watching the Leafs in the early 2000s. I was born in 1995, so I didn't have the opportunity to watch Salming play. I've seen old videos and clips, so I know what he was about, but I never watched him. So the fact that it's hitting me this hard is kind of strange to me. But when you're growing up in the early 2000s in Toronto as a Leafs fan, where the city was so focused on the Leafs, it was Leafs everything. There are certain names that you just hear from the past that are icons. They're legends. And, you think of like Gilmore and Clark and Sittler and Salming and many more before them. You don't have to have watched them play to know what kind of impact they've had on the franchise, on the organization, and on the city as a whole. Not to mention the impact that Borje Salming had on a much, much larger and more important scale with Europeans coming over to the NHL and the impact on Sweden. So I didn't really need to watch him play to know how important he was to this city. And I think that's probably why it's hitting me the hardest. But I just want to say a big thank you to MLSE for what you did. The presentation less than 2 weeks ago, not once, but 2 consecutive nights for Hockey Hall of Fame weekend to recognize Borje Salming. And I think obviously they knew something that we didn't as far as his timeline went. But from the moment he got diagnosed with ALS, I kept saying to my family and friends, I really, really wanted something with him in Toronto to recognize him before he was gone. Because too often, in fact, it seems like all the time, this kind of recognition doesn't happen until after it's too late. But that's the whole point, right? It's so backwards. The whole point is to recognize them. It should be before they're gone. They should be here to experience the appreciation of what they've done for so many. And I'm so grateful that we had that experience again just less than 2 weeks ago. But the reception from Toronto's fans was incredible. The moment with him, with his family and his former teammates, Sittler crying out there weren't too many people that weren't touched by that, regardless of what team you cheer for. That was something on a human level that was really, really special. And obviously it was incredibly important to him, but I think it was incredibly important to the fans too, to be able to give back one more time the love and appreciation and support for this player when they're going through the toughest battle that they've ever been through in their life. So again, I'm so appreciative that we had that before it was too late. I think that this sends a real message moving forward that we should do this more often, recognize players for their contributions before they're gone, especially in a situation like this where you know that it's time sensitive. So not much more to say about it. It's devastating. My heart goes out to the family and friends of Borje Salming and those who grew up watching him. He left behind a great legacy, obviously, of playing for the Leafs, but again, that greater impact for Europeans across the NHL. So, Borje, we will miss you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.